One of the things about when we hear cellists, any musician that plays every line really compellingly, is that they are making sure that all of the anacruses, is a fancy word, the pickups, that they sound like they're goal-directed into their target note. Every note either being a going-to note, an arrival note, or a coming-away note, the rebound note. Check out this. It would be so easy to play them all kind of flat, all the same. We hear that, it's like, okay, well, the note's in tune enough and the tone good enough, but it doesn't tell the same story as when our pickups really pull us, really draw us into the next note. Each note, one way to think about it is as though we're just crescendoing through the notes of a pickup. I think a crescendo isn't quite the whole story. It's an attitude about direction, about falling into another note. So I like to use a metaphor with falling with my students. I'll say, now, if you do a trust fall and you have somebody that you trust behind you, will you actually fall? And in a way, that's kind of what we're asking these pickups. Do they actually fall? And if the answer is no, then keep sculpting them, keep shaping them until they do fall. You may indeed find out that now you've overdone it and it's too much, it's just over the top. But I think it's the easiest thing in the world to take something that we've practiced to too big of a shape, too much of a musical shape, and back it off. That's so much easier than not to have practiced enough and get out on stage and think, I'm going to do more, I'm going to do more. Maybe you will, but maybe you won't, or maybe you'll just cause a lot of tension in the process. Always so much more compelling of a melody when every note, every pickup note, really sounds like it's leading into its destination. And once it gets there, then it kind of expends its energy. Another way to practice it is to think of crescendo in amount of bow. So if I use the least bow here, and then more, and then most, which isn't necessarily the way that you always will end up doing them in a concert situation as bow speed crescendos. But it certainly teaches the right hand the point and the idea of the pickup. So the next time you have a piece pretty well polished, hopefully the next thing you'll do is record yourself and then listen for every time that you get to a note that sounds like ta-da, like it's arriving on a stronger beat, a stronger note. And ask yourself, did it really sound like it was falling in there, or did it sound like it just was coincidentally followed by the second note? Pickups. Good luck.